Alright, I have gotten my lunch situation situated, and I'm back. And I'm back with an announcement. The announcement that I teased several hours ago that I would be making during the stream at some point. If you want another game that tells the story over 30 years of games, quote, Wolfenstein, yeah, fair. Absolutely. And it's gone in some fucking directions. Anyway, sorry, getting off topic. I am hosting a subathon next week. Yes, indeed, that's correct. I will be hosting a subathon to commemorate the start of my unemployment. Kind of give some setup about this. If you haven't been following me on socials, or like you haven't talked to me in regular life, or seen any posts of me browsing and complaining about nonsense, I was laid off from my job in June. Very much at the end of June. They came to all of us and they were like, hey, so the client that you are employed under contractually has decided not to renew the contract this year. And so y'all are donezo. And when he says y'all, my manager in this situation, not just talking about my job, which was the training department, not just talking about support staff, I want to say hundreds of people have lost their job because of this. It was a mass layoff, and it sucks. It was a bummer, and it's been a really rough couple of months. I have been, of course, looking for jobs. That's like necessary to live in society at this point. But I've been looking for jobs. I've been applying for jobs. I've received I got one rejection. That was an actual rejection last week after I applied at like 40 places. I'm doing freelancing, which is very cool. You know, I was able to get in touch with my local alt publication, like alt newspaper, and I'm doing reporting for them, specifically news reporting, and it's been really fun. I have a story that's due Tuesday about flock cameras in Oklahoma City that's turning into kind of its whole bigger thing. But the last 2 months have been really rough because after 11 years at my job, I had kind of attached a little bit of my identity to, to the job, to what I was doing. Like, there's a part of me that's like, Kyle Holtner is a trainer. I'm a corporate instructor. You know, that's the thing that I identify myself with as a sort of mental model, right? And that's obviously no longer possible. Now, if you're like, okay, well, you said you got laid off in June. Why are you having your thing in August? Good question. In the United States, corporate entities have to follow something called the WARN Act. And the WARN Act basically says you have to give employees something like 60 days to adjust to the news, essentially. And this is not always the case. Sometimes, like, they're able to get out of doing that and they'll fire people immediately. But I was very lucky. my job has given us the full 60 days, and we are nearing the end of that 60-day period. And so, under the 60-day period, I was getting paid like normal. Uh, can I turn music down? Absolutely. How's that? Sound better? Solid? Okay. So, all that is basically to say, like, I have gone through my 60-day period of limbo. And now the real shit starts. Um, so I'm going to be hosting a subathon on August 30th as kind of a way to, I don't know, fucking uh, try to give myself a safety net. We're going to have games, of course. We'll be playing games all day. We'll be possibly having some guests if I can swing that. If not, we're just hanging out. But there will be a goal of getting a certain number of subscribers here on Twitch, as well as a certain number of subscribers to my YouTube channel, as well as a certain number of subscribers on Patreon. And I have a pretty absurd number that I don't think I'll actually hit, but that I'm going to set anyway, because it's like if I reach any one of them, it's life-changing. Um, and then, just like even if I don't, being able to like have, hey, a little bit of cushion where I can still like go out and find a job and not lose my shit. I will, of course, also be looking into unemployment. I'll be freelancing and all that other shit, right? But trying to use this sort of system that I'm setting up, or that I have, as a way of like not immediately losing my shirt. And we'll see if it works. I mean, I don't know, but it's gonna go all day. It is literally like an almost, like, I don't want to call it a 24-hour subathon, but I will be literally going as long as my body can hold out. Uh, and this was kind of a precursor to that, in terms of just testing to see if it would be possible for me to do that. Uh, to try to get to the point where, I can be present and available on a stream like that all day. So that's sort of what's going on here. That's what we're doing next week on August 30th. All day streamathon, or subathon, excuse me, where we'll be celebrating my unemployment day. But I will get that posted on YouTube and put up on socials and other fun stuff as soon as I can. But yeah. Does anyone have any questions about said nonsense?